Okay. Hear me out. So, let's just say you've been getting into anime recently. Maybe you've done Bebop and Evangelion, and now you want something else. You try a few things and they're enjoyable, but nothing really quite hits you like those two. Then, one autumn night, you see this pop up on your recommendations and you think, sounds pretty good. Kinda weird, what the hell? That's pretty much what happened to me, and I discovered a show that is weirder and better than it has any right to be. DanDaDan so far is so good, I'm genuinely struggling to think of anything better that's out at the moment. It's the story of Momo and Ken, or Okarun, and the reason for the name change is a bit of a spoiler, so I won't explain it here. They're two high schoolers from very different worlds. Momo is popular and fashionable and has just broken up with her first boyfriend. Ken is lonely and bullied and obsessed with aliens. On the day of her breakup, Momo takes pity on Ken when she sees some boys throwing things at him in class. He then follows her down the hallway and talks awkwardly at her about aliens. She says she doesn't believe in aliens, but her grandma is a spirit medium and she does believe in ghosts. Ken laughs at this. Ghosts aren't real. They argue with each other and they make a bet. He'll go somewhere ghosts reportedly show up, and she'll go somewhere aliens reportedly show up. And if either of them are proven wrong, then they have to be the gopher for the winner. You see where this is going? We've got an odd couple, an opposites attract kind of situation, Leonard and Penny, that kind of deal. Well, that's when things go completely off the wall. Spoilers ahead. So Ken, or Okarun, gets cursed by a ghost, it turns out ghosts are real, called Turbo Granny, who steals his, well, let's just say it's something that would be very important to a teenage boy. And Momo, at the same time, gets abducted by aliens, which it turns out are real, who have telepathic powers, want to mate with human females, and are obsessed with banana organs. Now, the scene with Momo being strapped to the chair almost made me stop watching, and I'd avoid it if SA is a trigger for you, but I was happy to see that Momo wasn't assaulted. In fact, she gets psychic powers and proceeds to kick one of her alien attackers clean through the wall. Meanwhile, Okarun also gets powers. He gets Turbo Granny powers, which he can use as long as Momo uses her psychic powers to suppress his curse. Together, they set out to stop Turbo Granny and get his you-know-what back. If anyone watching knows anything about Freudian analysis, by the way, please leave your thoughts on that plot point in the comments below. So what's so good about it? Well, firstly, the music. It slaps. The title theme slaps. The credits slap incredibly hard. The use of the William Tell Overture in the 4th episode elevates the scene from being great to being a comedic horror masterpiece. That brings me on to the second reason. DanDaDan brilliantly blends genres. The nearest thing to DanDaDan that I can think of might be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, in that the show's about monsters, but it's really about the romance. It offers a blend of sci-fi, horror, high school drama, and comedy, only DanDaDan has everything dialed up to 11. It's great, and it's really not like anything else I've seen. Number 3, the animation. The animation is at times crude and highly stylized, and at other times it's beautifully detailed and fluid. It goes so well with the subject matter, and by the 4th episode the animators had already trotted out some absolutely stunning scenes that are so dramatic and visually striking I'm pretty sure they'll be burned into my brain forever. Number 4, there's a giant crab demon. Number 5, setup and payoff. Honestly, for something so bizarre, this might be one of the most tightly written and well-paced shows I've watched in ages. Nothing is wasted. The first episode is a masterclass in how to quickly set up 2 characters who will be unlikely love interests. By the 4th episode, it feels like a season's worth of plot progression and character development has already taken place between them. Seriously, look at Momo and Ken at the start of episode 1 and then look at them at the end of episode 4. They have both grown as individuals and their relationship is like night and day. Yet it all feels like it happened naturally. Supernaturally, I mean. Thank you. All of this was achieved without feeling forced or rushed, and that to me is a sign of great writing. At the top of this review, I mentioned I was looking specifically for an anime show, but I genuinely think it would be worth giving this one a go if you enjoy genre-bending shows or paranormal subject matter, and I suspect that fans of Buffy will find a lot to enjoy here. Sometimes it's hard to separate genius from madness, and I think DanDaDan might be a bit of both, in that it's clever enough to know that madness is one of its greatest strengths. The craziness of the show is probably going to be the thing people talk about the most, at least to begin with, but the writing, the character development and the production are all top notch. It also has a surprising amount of heart, which can hit you when you're least expecting it. In short, it's something people have been crying out for a while. It's something different that takes a lot of risks and mostly succeeds, and I think it deserves to be noticed for that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you watched DanDaDan? Did you enjoy it? Would you give it a go based on this review? Why are giant crab demons the best kind of demon? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.